What's going on, everyone? This is Nimish. Welcome back to my channel. We are going to talk about the movie Ullozhukku today. This is the movie starring Parvathy and Urvashi and is directed by Christo Tomy. This is a very captivating drama. This is a story about two people, where they are in lives, how they have things in common, and situations that unfold that causes some friction between them and what happens next. It is an extremely gripping drama. Like the trailer, I did a trailer reaction, and in the trailer you feel like there's a lot going on. There's a suspenseful element to it, thrill element to it, and all of that. And there was a amazingly cut teaser trailer because that's what draws the audiences in and keeps you wondering what's going to happen next. However, the film is basically just a drama and is driven by the amazing performances by Urvashi and Parvati, as well as the amazing storytelling by Christo Tomy. The movie is pretty straightforward in terms of the events unfolding. What are the sort of subplots, how the relationships grow, break, all of those things. But it's a very magnified example and examination of a relationship and a character development, and how that brews and how that grows. And I think to make a film like this is one of those films that only the Malayalam industry can make, because they just have this sensibility of zooming in into characters, understanding the depth of their characters, their emotions, what they are going through, bringing that out in the performances, and at the end of it, ultimately making an extremely interesting, gripping film. Whether it has that extreme highs, extreme lows, does not matter, because you're still glued to the screen, invested in the characters. And that's what happens here. None of that would have been possible without the superb performance by Urvashi. I think she's just comes on screen and you cannot take your eyes off the incredibly nuanced performance. She is fabulous. Off late, because I have not watched too many older Malayalam movies. In the newer age films, she's doing, very lively, bubbly characters and all of that, and she's awesome in those as well. This one gives us something different to do and goes extremely deep into the performance, and she just sort of just lives the character in this movie, and it's absolutely fascinating to see how her emotions are always sort of a confused mixed bag, and she's dealing with something, she's accepting something, she's dealing with change, trying to catch up to the change, trying to figure out what was wrong or right in the past, what is wrong or right for the future, how to go through the present. All that is captured in an amazing performance by Urvashi. So if for nothing else, watch it for her performance. Parvati is great as always, there's no denying that, and she captures her journey well as well. And her journey is sort of the opposing journey to what Urvashi has, and they have opposing points of view in the film, and how they sort of manage that with each other, how they sort of deal with their own emotions and dealing with what to do next, how to manage this next, how to deal with the situation, is just simply amazingly performed by these two actors. The director, Christo Tomy, has done a fabulous job in weaving a wonderful screenplay story script together that keeps you glued to the screen, even if it's just a drama. There's not a single minute where you're going to sit and just be like, all right, move on, got it, next. You don't feel all those things. You're very much gripped and glued to your seats. Like, there's no time to sit and drink a Coke or eat some popcorn. You're just watching what's going on screen. Events unfold at a very good pace, things happen at a very good pace. The slight twists and turns or the revelations of the story happen as needed and frequently, which is very good to see. And the whole story and what happens is very unpredictable in the sense of where this is going. And especially, again, contribution and thanks to the trailer and the teaser that gave us that sort of idea of what this might be. But the movie is nothing like that and has much more to offer and much more going on in there. So, fabulous movie. Cinematography and the whole set design, and is unbelievable, and something that I've not seen in Malayalam movies. This is captured in a place where the waters sort of floods in the area and enters the house as well. So that adds its completely different atmospheric element, where there's so much going on, yet there's rains, there's water flooding in the house, people are going through the water, walking in the water, living in the water, so to speak. And it happens in places in Kerala like that. And so adding that element added a sense of sort of more tension sort of to the viewer, because you're already seeing tension between characters, and now there's also these rains, water coming in the house, and it just adds this to the sense of disturbance to the mental viewing of the consumer. So I think that was a great touch to set the story in such a background, in such an area, and in such a situations of the monsoons and the flooding that happened. So that added a good element as well. So kudos to the film to bringing that together on the sets, on the real locations, working on all of that and capturing that extremely well in the cinematography. So beautifully shot film, beautiful background music that adds the right touches and elements to the movie and the characters and the emotions. Great performances, great directions, great screenplay. A gem of a movie that you should watch purely for the art that it is and the amazing sort of performances and storytelling that has kind of become a little rare these days. We are mostly seeing feel good films, action films, over the top films, entertaining films, and everything. The idea of entertainment has become keep me, sort of happy and enjoyable and laughing and all of that. But this one takes you away from that zone, puts you in a sort of darker zone, yet manages to keep you glued to the screen. So for that reason, definitely check this out. I'm going with 4.5 stars for Ullozhukku. I love this movie. Cannot recommend it enough. Leave your thoughts and comments below if you have watched the movie or if you plan to watch it, and any other movies that you recommend that I watch. Leave your thoughts below. Like, share, subscribe, and keep watching for much, much more.